for a minute. And basically I'm just gonna rub her over with it. If you have a horse that's ever been blanketed in the wintertime, this is super easy, but if you have one that's never done that, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. I'll just approach it as if it's not and see how she does. Really, all you're trying to do is get it where you can kind of throw the tarp around them a little bit and get them used to that sensation. I find, big reason I do it, the tarp is super light. So if she takes, and I'm trying to put the tarp on her and she's jumping around, this is super easy for me to take away from her. Also, it's slightly scarier, I think, than the saddle pad. So if I get them used to this, then it's pretty easy. It's definitely, well, not definitely, but 99% of the time it's easy to put the pad on, and it's easier to put the saddle on. So again, she's sniffing it away. I'm already curious about it. How I'll introduce it is, typically I would back away. Just kind of let her sniff it, then take it away from her again. Just trying to build a little curiosity up. Again, I'll just reach out here, touch her, take it away again. Touch her, take it away again. Rub around on her. When she gets a little bit nervous, if it's just that nervous, I'll kind of stick with her and then back away and have her end it by coming to it as opposed to me taking it away from her. I would like her thinking that coming back to it is sort of the way out of this little predicament. I'll just kind of rub around on her. If she wants to move a little bit, I can stick with it to about here. If she was to blow past me, I would take it away, swing her hip around to regain control, and then just sort of start on her again. Now it's important that she's walking around me. I'm kind of staying up here by her shoulder area. If she was to cow kick with a back foot, as long as I'm up in here, I should be pretty good. Have her come back to it. So part of the principle behind this too is horses are typically not afraid of things that move away from them, because when you think about it, if something was coming to eat them, it wouldn't be running the other direction. So when you introduce scary things by taking the scary thing away and having them follow it, the horse's logic is it can't be that scary, it's running away from me. If you go to them with the scary thing, though, maybe the scary thing is coming to eat them in their mind. And that, so when you do introduce something a little scary, if you can take it away, a lot of times that's just a way you can get it done faster. Now, I don't know that I care that much about getting her where she just will entirely accept it around her hip. I'll get it there somewhat. But I don't want to get back in kicking range, so sometimes I find it's actually more important to do a good job up here than it is to get them perfect back there. One thing that's important here too, if you're going to do any of the sacking out stuff, when you do the first side, do not let this cross over their back. And there, what happens there, if you're not careful, is if I get the horse accepting it of this side, if it crosses over her back, if she looks that way to see it and sees it for the first time, she might turn, look, see it, dive away from it, which is going to have her dive on top of me. Right here, if she spooks big time, she's going to spook away from it, so I'm still safe. But if I have that cross her back and she sees it on that side and turns and spooks, chances are she's going to spook right into me. And that, so do one side, then the other, then let it cross over. I'm just going to start playing with the other side a little bit here. And she's not having a meltdown or anything like this, but she isn't entirely loving this either. If you're interested, this tarp has a lot of extra holes in it. Therefore, it's more airflow. I patented it. They're only $80. Again, a lot of times too, I'll change it up, but if I see them kind of like twitch their skin and flinch a little bit, if I rub till they stop twitching and then take it away, I feel like that's a good note to end it on a lot of times. Having said that though, I do change it up quite a bit. Again, I do try to normally leave before they get too worked up. If they get this worked up, I can live with that, but too much more and I probably should have quit earlier. So right there, when she stands still, that's kind of a nice stop, a nice little point to end that on.